true Tantra, which is the journey of Devi, the journey with the mother, the energy of the life force, Kundalini mother, the animal, the planetary animal mother. She's an animal. And I love animals. They're my friends. And they're so true to exactly who they are. And you never see overweight, sickly, diseased animals, right? Because they are so in their creative design. So they eat what they need, they don't eat when they don't have to, they are completely aligned. I think that animals are the purest, most aligned creatures on earth. And they are our teachers, because there's an innocence and a purity and a simplicity of an alignment of being in one's design, as simply and beautifully as it is, which is what the animals show us. So I know a lot of people have been, always this time of year, Manipura time, which I spoke about. We've now moved into the third chakra of fire. This is when I notice my Kali Ma coming out, right? My animal. And even if I look back last year at this time when we were in Manipura, just after September equinox, I was also fire, and just so much was coming out, bluntly, like douche, like a big hammer, also about Zionism and the Talmud and these things, right? Before it was popular to talk about Zionism, and before October 7th, this stuff was coming out of me, and I was allowing her, my animal, because the animal is in the lower two chakras, and as we come through the fire of the Manipura, the Kali self, or the dark goddess self, or the dark god, the dark animal self, the Dionysian of self, which is your truest form, wants to say what it wants to say, wants to move and take action and be forthright about itself. It's deep truth. The animal in us is our deepest truth. It's our guide. And so last year, just after September, the stuff was coming out, right? And just before September as well. And I'm not saying that I'm the reason it broke through into the collective consciousness, but I joined in that voice that wasn't comfortable to say or speak about, because nobody else was doing it. And I've said it before on here, I got death threats from Zionists, okay? But that fire, just allowing her to punch through, punch out, speak, be inappropriate, be loud, be expressive. Because if you look at tantric imagery, you see Shiva Shakti, right? And Shiva is father to me, and Shakti is mother, or Sophia. And there's Shiva lying. He's the bedrock of existence, right? And Kali Ma is there with her foot on him, and she's dancing and like totally inappropriate, tongue out, all the heads. I'm Kali, I'm living in my expression. I'm living in my cyclical movement of what is emerging and arising out of me in the moment. And Shiva, which I love, is watching her with this glee and this awareness. He's just watching her. He's not saying to Kali, that's being judgmental. You're showing too much fire. This is aggressive. This is this. You should do this, Kali. You should do that, Kali. You should strap it down, Kali. You should appear in this way, Kali. No, why would he say that? Because Shiva is aware of what this place is, which is a place of earth and clay and the animal. We're in the animal world. We are animals. And the animal part of us is the truest part of us. So while I know my recent videos might not be comfortable for a lot of people, it's okay. Because my Shiva, the Shiva in me, observes what emerges out of me. I've been surprised by my own videos, right? But I have a moment and I always go, you know what, I'm posting it. Because it's the truth of the arising expression from the Manipura. So at this time of year, our fire, our animal wants to come out, and it wants to take action. The Manipura is the place of action, fire. The hero also in the hero's journey. The predominant feature of a hero or heroine is that they're taking action. That's the only reason we watch a film. And it's clunky. It's not perfect, right? It's not Sadhguru talking in a monotone all the time, right? What is that even? That doesn't break through. There's no fire there, okay? And I'm happy for him. He can live that life. But I find it so disconcerting, especially when women come on and tell me to, appear neutral. They have an idea of what a being should look like and how they should express. And it's neutered. And this is the time of year when neutrality is suppression. Because it's when the animal is moving through the fire. The animal in us is now being charged by the fire to have its say. Because the animal in us is the highest form in us. It's not the human in us is the animal in us. And our higher mind doesn't mean it's devoid of animal. It means it's in full acceptance of animal. People have this false idea that spirituality means that you are detached from your emotions and your arising nature and the fire and the passion that wants to express without us controlling it. At this time of year and any time of year, I'm not stopping at all or trying to deduce or analyze what my nature is bringing forth from me, because I trust my nature. My deepest nature and my heart, the Holy Spirit, the animal wisdom, Sophia, the great wisdom, is in my nature. She's not something outside of my nature that arrives with some kind of polite construct. She emerges out of my nature. And in fact, my natural instincts are the things that I trust the most. When my voice comes in and goes, no, that you can't do that, Jen, that seems inappropriate. What will people think? What will this? What will that? That is demonic. That is demonic because it's the mind trying to suppress or cut down or contain the nature. And the nature is the holy thing. And this is why my favorite image of Mary Magdalene is the hairy Marys, right? And you see her covered with hair, and her whole body is hairy. And what I love about it is that the path of the Magdalene for me is that it's through the animal. It's the Dionysian Pan path. It's the path of liberation through the nature, not by suppressing the nature and telling the nature that it's wrong for what it's doing. That, in fact, is duality. So people who look at a certain expression and go, that's wrong, that's duality. If you see Shiva, he's watching Kali in all of her, in her fullness, and he's enjoying and he's witnessing the expression. Because when we allow the fullness of a rising nature to express in whatever way, sometimes I'm very Eve, Lakshmi, soft, Sometimes my fire is like, I've got to say this, this has got to come out of me. All of it must be allowed. And I can't look at either of or any of my expressions, one is better and one is worse. Because that's what fractures the identity. And that's what keeps one in a self-imposed prison. It's the suppression of the animal that hurts us. It's the suppression of our nature that hurts us. And when this patriarchal age came in, it was through rabbinical Judaism, which came in 800 to 600 BCE. And the thing that they did was they cut down all the Asherah poles, which were trees carved in the shape of the mother. And they murdered all the mother priestesses. And Asherah, the mother, was represented by the tree. It was a fertility culture, a tantric, mother-based culture, meaning a culture in total union with nature around us, our nature. There's no need to put on a construct of what spirituality or wholeness or holiness looks like. And in fact, that's broken spirituality. So I just wanted to share that today because we're in Manipura time, and some people are afraid of their fire. And unless we let the animal who's from below come up through the fire and guide us in surprising ways, every time at this time of year, I'm surprised by what comes forth from me. I don't plan it. I don't know what's emerging, but it emerges, and I witness it. I witness this emergence, and it teaches me. And I witness this thing, and it is the thing that evolves me. And trusting that nature in myself, that is the holy wisdom, that is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit isn't good girl, polite, suppressed animal. The Holy Spirit is the animal in us. So I just wanted to share that today. Yeah, because I know some people are kind of sort of strangely imprisoned by not allowing themselves to be wild, be animal. Sending love.